Aloha, and you're tuned into Roll With Us Radio and another segment of Humble Ambitions. I am so sorry, y'all. It is 3:16 here in Hawaii, and it is harvest time. Whew, it is the first Sunday of April, and I apologize. It was a long service today at church, and I got carried away, and a bug got into some things, and today's podcast called "It's Time." The reason why it's harvest, I say it's harvest, is because it's springtime. You when it comes to self-love, you after you learn self-love and you clean things and you learn to till the ground. Tilling ground is you till the ground, you plant seeds for the new things that you want to grow in your life, right? The new things that you are hoping for in your life. The new things that you are putting in place, and the standards that you are enforcing in your life, and the foundation that you're laying in your life, that are going to make this newfound person, or solidify this newfound person that you are in your life, a much stronger person, right? So that's what it means, okay? So for me today in church, we put in a harvest, what we're going to believe God for. And this whole weekend, I've invested in trying to make Bug believe and more responsible, because I felt as if somehow, some way, Bug got lost in the shuffle of things. I thought with my self-love, I was being more open and more appreciative towards my boys, where I was being more vocal on how I was appreciating them, and how, I was being more appreciative, and I was being more vocal on how I was loving on them, and like, I love you guys, and how I was spending more time with them, and I was like, Lord, thank you for my boys, thank you for believing in me. Thank you for trusting me with them. And I felt as if I was being more appreciative towards them. Did they feel more appreciative? Did they feel like they were being appreciated? I don't know. I thought I was appreciating them more. But I don't know if they felt appreciated. But obviously not, Obviously, they weren't reciprocating what I was telling them. Because when I went to his parent-teacher conference, it seems as if Bug wasn't feeling appreciated. And I was let down. I was disappointed. I was disappointed in the fact that my son did not feel like he was appreciated. And I didn't like it. I didn't like the fact that Bug didn't feel appreciated. And here I am thinking that he was, because I was spending more time with him. I was. He was doing great in boxing. But no. Oh, he wasn't. I go to school and his teachers, and the teacher too. She was giving him awards. She was giving him awards like he was doing great. Because she thought the small things weren't all that bad. But she was feeding his defiancy, Like, but he was doing so good all this time. It was just the small things. But it wasn't helping. It wasn't helping. She wasn't helping the cause. It was making it worse. Because all those little things weren't helping the big things. So Bug thought it was okay. So Bug thought it was okay to be low-key sneaky. So Bug thought it was okay to just do the bare minimum to get by. You know? Bug thought it was okay to just tell my mama what she wants to hear. Just so she can leave me alone. That's the kind of behavior the teacher helped enforced. By doing what she did, by giving him that award, that second award. That's the kind of behavior the teacher helped enforce when she did that. So I had to break the teacher off some because it was not okay. It was not okay to break Bug off that kind of behavior. It was not okay for Bug to think that he was doing great. It was not okay for Bug to think, oh, okay, this time it's okay for me to be okay. It's okay to... No, it is not okay. It is not okay. It is not okay to do the bare minimum. Because while she's telling him it's okay by her standards, I hold my son to a higher standard. Because her standard is completely different from my standard. See, because what she doesn't know is her Palangi standard and my Polynesian standard is completely fucking different. While she comes from a 2-parent home, I come from a single-parent home, and my fucking son can't afford to fucking just get by the bare minimum. Because I refuse to have my son become a product of his environment and just be an okay student. So she can get the fuck out of here with the okay. And then call me when my son is rolling on the fucking ground and she don't know what the fuck is going on. And tell me that Bug's having a bad day. Because she thought she knew what she was doing when she let him go one day. Talking about, but her and Bug had an understanding. There is no understanding. When is it you become a friend? If you're supposed to be doing your job as a teacher. That's when teachers get fucked up. So I told her, you know what? Do me a favor. You do your job as a teacher and I do my job as a mommy. So this weekend, I taught Bug that no matter if you do wrong, responsibility is key. And I took Bug out of boxing. So Bug no longer boxes. For now. So Bug's not going to be boxing, and I had him go to his coach's house, which is my cousin, and explain why. I'm also teaching Bug how to center himself and be more appreciative on how to appreciate everybody and how to appreciate everything that he has. Take more responsibility on the things that he does and the people that he lets down, and about the people that believes in him, and the people that he the people that invest time in him, because there's a lot of people that invest his time in him. His brother really does invest time in him. His brother, Bug's big brother. Every time Bug comes home from school, his big brother asks him, "Do you have homework?" And Bug always says, "Nope." "Do you need help with something?" Bug always says, "Nope." And when I asked Bug today, when I went to Bug's parent-teacher conference, and I came home and I told the brother what had happened, his older brother was so disappointed in Bug. And it was really disappointing on both of us, because his older brother helps me a lot when it comes to Bug. And I appreciate both of my boys, like I told you. I appreciate both of my boys, and I love both of my boys dearly. They help me so much. And for both of my boys to be the way they were, it was hard for them. And for my oldest boy to be like that with his brother, it was heartbreaking for me to even be like that and tell his older brother the way Bug was, and it was hard. It's hard for me to tell the older brother, how disappointing it was to hear how Bug was in school, and how Bug wasn't even taking school seriously, especially how invested the older brother was, with his little brother in school. Because Lawton was so, like, do you need help in school? Do you have anything? Every time PJ would come home, every time Bug would come home, the first thing, the older brother, do you have anything to do? Do you have homework? Nope. As soon as he comes home, do you have any homework? Nope. It was really heartbreaking to see, my oldest boy disappointed in his little brother, because the oldest takes school so seriously. And he was really disappointed, and I could see he was, and I felt bad. It got to a point where I had to tell Bug, like, you need to give your brother time. And he was like, I'm sorry, Mom. And I said, no. I said, do you know how happy your how happy your brother always is with you? And he's like, yes, Mom. I said, do you know how your brother always likes to help you? He's like, yes, Mom. I was like, right now, you need to give your brother a little space, because I said, Bug, it's really hard for your brother to be the way he is with you right now. I think you let your brother down a little bit when you hurt your brother's feelings, because you know how he loves, he's how he is with school. And I said, I think you let him down, the fact that you don't take school so seriously, like how he does. And I seriously think you disappointed your brother, Bug. And he's like, Mom, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I said, yeah, Bug. I said, but look at him. I said, I think you hurt his feelings the way you did that. I said, your brother really loves you, Bug, and he really wants you to have a future. I said, look at your brother. He gave up his future to take care of Grandma. I said, you would think that you would take that into consideration and take school a little serious. Like, your brother sacrificed, and he's like, yeah, Mom, and I think that's something that Bug doesn't realize, like, people sacrifice things. And I think for Lawton, I don't think, for Bug, I think he didn't realize that for Lawton, like, I don't think Bug realized that the sacrifices Lawton took for his life, it was Lawton's choice, but, consideration. Just look at the consideration that, things that people take for granted, yeah. And for Bug, I think lately he takes things lately like that. And considering the details of things. So this weekend I'm just saying, like it was good. It was a good thing. It was a good thing. It's a good weekend. I liked it. My boys are I feel so blessed with my boys, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I love my boys. I love them. I feel so appreciative for them, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I love them. I love them to the end of the world, I swear. I so appreciate them. And so PJ did, he was more responsible, and he went and he told my cousin what happened, and that he's going to be more responsible with his grades, and that we're going to bless his boxing club by donating by designing their new shirts, which is a good thing. We're gonna design Westside Striking's new shirt, and PJ's gonna donate their first batch, which is a good thing, because the person that designed their first batch kind of took their design and to benefit it by themselves. Didn't even give the club their shirt, just kind of ran with it. And benefited for themselves. So the club didn't even have their own print. That lady just took their print and just kept it for herself. So the club didn't even have a print. But this print, the club can go back and have their own design, which is awesome, you know. What else? The PJ he's more centered. He appreciates everybody now. This weekend was more of teaching PJ that he's not what happened to him, but he's more of what he chooses to be. My oldest boy feels more part of the, I guess, the growing process of PJ, because like, I guess for me, I had to learn how to discipline PJ, I guess. Like, I would always like when it came to PJ, I would always put PJ on the side, and I'd always discipline PJ, but I'd never take into consideration like what my oldest boy would say. It would always be like, PJ, you know, and I'd always react on my own. And my oldest boy would be like, Mom, why do you do that? You know, without taking into consideration what my oldest boy would say. And sometimes my oldest boy would be like, Mom, I really wish you wouldn't, sometimes. And I think I defend him sometimes. But this time, my older boy felt that he was a part of something when it came to his brother, and that's another thing that was good this weekend. The fact that he felt a part of it, the forming of his brother's, I guess his baby brother's life. He felt like he was a part of it, and I think that's a good thing. What else? Huh. Wow. Um. Oh. So my cleansing starts today. No, tomorrow. My cleansing starts. So the cleansing starts tomorrow, where I do a 21-day cleansing fast. It's pretty much cleanse everything. Of the toxins and get my body ready for like the alkaline diet, and yeah, so I'm excited for that. I'm super excited for that. Completely excited for that. What else? I'm in a good place with the person that I'm with. I think we're in that understanding where I love him, but I need to love myself more. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I feel like that's a good thing. I think I'm in a good place with God. Always God first. My mama's good. My siblings are good. Humble Ambition. That's my next project. I want to move Humble Ambitions to a whole other level. I talked about it briefly, about the women empowerment part of it. I want a whole new platform. I feel that women can empower women so much so. There's too much of this whole like talking down to people, and I don't know, I feel women are so threatened by other women, and that's so sad that women can't just love each other and just embrace each other, because we go through the same thing, women, and some women are so just negative. I don't like it. It's sad. Sorry, my nose is so, ugh, it gets that way. I don't like it. It's sad that women can't celebrate women. Sad. Like there's not enough dick in this world, you know what I'm saying? Sad, sad, very sad. Like men have like Midas dick and shit, you know? It's crazy. Let's see. My ex-boyfriend thought he had Midas dick, and he didn't. Oh no, he didn't. His butter wasn't Midas. He thought it was, but it wasn't. How was it Midas when he didn't even know how to work it? Insane. You have to teach the thing how to use it. Other than that, this week was an awesome week. I spent more time with God this week. I went to church. I mean, it was just awesome. I was in His Word more. Super excited for like what God has in store. Completely excited. You know what I'm excited for though? I'm excited for like how God is gonna work in like the people around me. I'm really excited for the people around me. Like I'm not really excited for me because like I can wait. I'm really excited for the people around me. Does that make sense? Like I like seeing the people around me evolve. Honestly, like God is so awesome. Like I want Him to work in the people around me. I'm so like I'm so in love with people. Honestly, I'm so in love with people. And I know how God is, and I wish for God to manifest in people's lives and just in all His ways. Like I just want God to manifest in people's lives because He's been so awesome in mine. That I want Him to work in everybody else's life. And that's how I know, like, how He can work in everybody else's life. because he can be awesome in minds. If he can be so awesome in minds, I can only imagine like how he can be so awesome in everybody else's, and how he can work in everybody else's. So I'm excited. Like that's why I'm excited. Like I'm excited for the people around me. Like God's manifesting in my life, and God's blessing me in my life. Like I can only imagine like how He is in everybody else's life, and how He's gonna manifest things in everybody else's life around me, and the people that I love, and the people that I pray for. And that's what I'm excited for, because I pray for everybody that are in my life, and I pray for everybody that I come in contact with every single day. Like I ask God to bless everybody that I come in contact with every single day. I bless, like I pray upon everybody. Like I pray upon the people that I speak to on the radio. I pray upon everybody online me. I pray I pray upon everybody that I talk to throughout my day. Like I pray on everybody. Like if I go to like sleep tonight, I pray on everybody that I talk to today. Everybody. And that's how humanity should be. Everybody throughout your day. Everybody you see throughout your day. You should have empathy towards the way the world is today in this society. Everybody should practice empathy. Practice empathy. Because if somebody can walk up to somebody else and shoot them, not just once, not just twice, 3 times, after watching a man take a picture with their son, with his son, and then come back and kick him in the head with no remorse. If we live in a society like that, trust me, people, have empathy. Have empathy. If we live in a world like that, where people can do that, please, have empathy. Have empathy, people. Practice empathy. Practice empathy. Because the world needs it. Trust me. The world needs it. Because there's something wrong in the world today. That kind of stuff can happen. And it did. Because it's been playing over and over and over and over again. And a woman and her son mourns the death of this man. And my heart goes out to them. And people try to justify it. And there is no justifying it. That this little boy is growing up without a daddy. And that this woman goes to bed at night without her husband. Practice empathy, people. Practice empathy, people. Practice empathy. Because there should be no reason that you shouldn't pray for your fellow man. Humanity is all about that. That you have a heart. Sorry. Anyway, sorry about that. So, my weekend was about that, and so PJ realized, and I taught PJ that he isn't what happened to him, and he is he's not what happened to him, but he is what he chooses to be. That's what he told him. And and the coach was happy, so I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited for what God has planned for my family, my siblings, and the people around me. Like I said, I'm completely excited for that. And the harvest, I can't wait. I seriously can't wait. Oh, and then on the other end, about the business part of it. Oh yeah. So so we were live. Me and my sister were live, right, the other day, and so some hater lady. So so we were live, and one of One of the companies that we one of the companies that we put in one of our business spotlights, like she tried to come back on, and she was like she was blocked. Yeah, she was blocked. And she was like, "Yo, you guys are really hating on Legions. Like, damn, the hate is real." And she couldn't figure out, like, for nothing, like, why, like why she was blocked. And we didn't. And she was asking us, like, "Oh, you guys blocked me," and we didn't even know, like, she was blocked. And, like, for real, like, we didn't even know why she was blocked, or like what the hell was going on, And until like after the live, she posted it on Instagram. Like, she thought we really blocked her, but we were like, well, why would we block you? Like, we would, like seriously, why would we block you? Like, think of it. Like, why would we want to lose our business to even block somebody that we just featured? Like really, girl. And like like we like we literally promoted, like, positive poly movement. Like, why would we initiate something such as that and then, like, block people? Like, does that make sense? Like, really? Like, think about it. Like, does that make sense? It wouldn't make sense to me. And so she took it to social media, like, you guys really hating on Legions like that? Like, really? And before that, it was just a bashing of our partner, on social media. And I really don't get involved into stuff like that, but then my sister does. And if you're gonna put my sister out there, then I'm forced to be involved. And I really don't like being involved, like, come on. I tell my sister, please don't get involved. You ain't gonna put me involved. I don't like getting involved. And then I got involved because my sister got involved. I was, like, irritated. And I just and I stick. And I stick to what I know. I really do. I stick to what I know, honestly. Because then you're gonna catch me out of pocket, like last night. This woman caught me out of pocket because she almost hit my son, and I said, "Excuse me, you almost hit my son," and she goes, "No, he was all right." I didn't ask you if he was all right. I pointed out that you almost hit my son with your car. But the fact that you didn't show no empathy, right? The word empathy. This bitch go, "Oh no, he was all right." No, he wasn't. Because if he was, then I wouldn't bring it up to you. And so again, I was like, "No, he wasn't." She go, "No, he was all right." Again, he wasn't all right, because if he was all right, then I wouldn't have told you. She goes, "No, he was all right. I saw him." Uh-uh. So can you imagine how I felt, right? So I said, "No, he wasn't all right, because I watched you and you were like 3 inches away from my son, and a sorry would have been great." She's like, "No, he was all right." You see what I mean, people? You see what I mean, people? My flesh, yeah? But God, when go help me try and fix my face, because I tell you, I wanted to go into the store and I wanted to fix her face, like, oh, and I caught myself because I honestly, my old self and my son, like, and it's a good thing because this other group of people was like, oh, the nerve of her, yeah. Couldn't she just said sorry? And they were right. Like, she could have, but she didn't. She didn't, and she wasn't planning on to. Oh, she wasn't planning to say sorry. At all. At all. Like, this heifer wasn't trying to say sorry at all. And I was just trying not to, like, at all. I was just trying not to get mad. But inside, I was boiling. And I realized this week, like, as much as I want to say that, as much as I want to say that I am, like, I am kept by him, that I'm still in this world and I gotta try and be more of him. And it is really hard. Like, it is so hard. It is so hard when, like, when you got people out there just testing you every single second. For real. Like, this lady, she had me, and my son was like, Mom, whew. My bug was like, Mommy, because I was ready to just, for real. This week was just an awesome, last week was an awesome week. This week was just an awesome week as well. Last week was an amazing week. This week, whew, God done stretched me. with my boys, with my baby daddy, with people. I swear. Oh, and this girl was way bigger than me. Ask me, I care. Ask me. Ask me. Anybody, ask me. Come on the chat, ask me. Nope. No, I don't care. Nope. No, I don't. No, I don't. Mm-mm. You know why? I'm the perfect example of I only fear God. For real, for real. For real, for real, for real. I am the most dangerous Christian you can ever in the day. No. Because my mom is the lady that told me that God is the one that made me. And guess what? God is where we're going to go after if we die. So my mother said that. And you can tell that the local person coming out. Because my mother said that when we die, that God, that we're going to go to heaven. So guess what? If you die for God, guess where you're going to go? Guess where you're going to go? Heaven. So when something like that happened to me, and I said, proving one point for God, guess what? Guess who I fear? Nobody but God. So guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna go from broke. And I don't care who's gonna do them from real. And that's just how it's gonna be. Crazy, y'all. I think so. I think so. That's funny weird. Anyways, that's what happened this week. So this week was an awesome week. What else? Oh, and my nephew ruined the brunch, so I told my brother about to brunch. And brunch was awesome in its own way. Brunch was awesome in its own way. My brother still has to teach his son how to act accordingly. And that's another story. So, but I had a perfect time with my brother. Oh, remember how this week I was telling you about how God is like working on my, like, trying to monitor me and how I like respond in the flesh. Yeah, so this week I went to the store to like take PJ to take Bug and get breakfast and stuff, right? Because Bug was late to school and stuff, so I had to get Bug to try to get breakfast. And then while I was doing that, there's this guy who turned my brother in to get my brother fired. And it took me everything in the world to not to lose my shit and allow my flesh to get the best of me. Like for real. And for real. And and I asked God, please, please don't let me give into my flesh and go and tell this man off, please, Lord, because every bone in my body wants to go rip this man a new ass. Please. Because the way this man looks at me every time I go into that store, I feel as if this man just has this condescending look about him. And it's not it's this man's family goes back with our family. I went to school with this man's brother, and this man's brother is handicapped, and everybody used to pick on his brother, and I used to protect his brother. And I used to protect his brother. I stuck up for his baby brother. And the fact that he did that to my brother, hurt me. The fact that he hurt my baby brother by slandering my baby brother's character, as my brother worked hard for that company. That was my grandpa's best friend. That company that they work for, that was my grandpa's best friend's company. That's their store. And that man, that guy, slander my brother's character in that store. Um, and like my brother no longer like he goes. My brother can't even go in that store because he like told the company that my brother harasses people in that store, and like he lied to that company saying that my brother harassed people in that store, so my brother can no longer go in that store. And I grew up in that store. Like I said, that's my grandpa's best friend's store. My mom grew up in that store. My whole family grew up in this store. And this motherfucker. And so the fact that I can't walk in that store without cringing with anger when I look at this man tells you guys a great deal of how much disgust I have walking in that store. And the grace of God, when I walk in that store and I ask God to give me the strength to walk past this man, because every time he talks to me, every time he says hi, every time I hear his voice, I just have this really disgusting feeling in my gut. And I shouldn't have that feeling, and I feel really angry at myself. And I ask God to forgive me. And the sad part is, my brother is suffering, and that's not fair. And I just don't know what to do. Like, if I think it's wrong, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know if I should go to the owner, like my grandpa's friend, and I know I should seek counsel and guide. But I just think it's fair because my baby brother doesn't do anything. And my brother loved his job. Like, my brother worked really, really, like, when we worked for that company, my brother did it like as if he was working for my grandpa. And for him to tell all those lies, it was just so wrong on his behalf, so wrong. And I'm just irritated. I can't see it like that. I'm just annoyed. I don't like the guy. At all. And, yeah. So every time I walk in that store, I find I try my hardest not to, not to even look at that guy. And I ask God to give me the strength to walk past him, or to not even look at him, because I swear I cringe. And it's sad that I gotta feel that way, and I shouldn't even have to. And it's sad that if I gotta be like, okay, I can't come shopping at that store, a store that my mama was shopping at when she was little, a store that my mom, it's sad, and I shouldn't suffer because that guy is working there. That is not my fault. How is that my fault? No, honestly, like, how is that my fault? I'm so irritated now. God. Ew. Oh my god, it's still getting to me. I gotta do something before it eats me. What is it? It's eating me. Anyways, that's what church was today. That's my week. I hope everybody had a blessed week. I'm sorry I was late on the video. I'm sorry, and thank you guys for joining me. And I want to give a shout out to Spotify and iHeartRadio. My boy Eric Loco. Don't forget to add us on Spreaker Radio. You guys, do me a favor. Go and download the app. And Eric's going to start giving away stuff. Eric's going to start giving away merchandise for the people that download the app and add us. Add me. I am going to start doing my Facebook page. I'm going to start giving away merch. I'm going to start, making a t-shirt. Eric's going to start making his Eric Local t-shirts, you guys. Eric got big stuff coming. The YouTube channel is going to go up. Women Empowerment's going to start, you guys. Humble Ambition's going to have, just big stuff are coming, you guys. We're all about moving forward. I'm building people up. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see what we have in store and how things are gonna be. Oh, Eric said he can't hear me. Oh, really? Sorry. Holy shit. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Me? Sorry. Hear me? Sorry. Because my boobs are busting out of my dress. Not like you guys can see. And if you want to see, I'm gonna like me. Just joking. Ha! My boyfriend's gonna be freaking out right now. You're like, what? So, Humble Ambitions is gonna go on Facebook. I've been doing this whole self-love thing, and I'm gonna start my 21 day of cleansing, and then I'm gonna do this alkaline. I've been doing this alkaline diet, and I feel great. I just want you guys to know this whole self-love journey I'm doing is so awesome, and I love it. I feel so great. This new chapter in my life, I'm excited for. I'm so excited. And I'm appreciative with the people that I have in my life. And I can't wait for God to bless the people in my life. Honestly, I can't wait. Today I planted a seed for harvest for the people in my life. For this radio station, for Humble Ambition, for everybody that invest in me, invest in my life, and that believes in me, and I'm excited. Like I said, I'm not excited to see what God's gonna do for me. I'm excited to see what God's gonna do for the people around me. I am only as blessed as the people around me. Honestly, you are only as blessed as the people around you. And every morning I get up and I open my window. I breathe the air, the fresh air in the morning. I listen to the birds sing, and I thank God for every single thing. Every single thing. The breath of fresh air, the birds singing, the break of dawn, watching over me as I as I open my eyes, watching over me last night as I slept, the people that are in my life, the people that speak life into me, the people that believe in me, the people, everything. My brothers, my sisters, my nieces, my nephews, my 2 boys, believing in me as a mom, believing in me as a friend, anything. The people that I talk to, the people that I text throughout my day, everybody. Because in this life, our job as people is to build each other up, not break each other down. Empathy in the world today is important. Self-love, meaning loving yourself, is only as good as building the people you love and the people you come across. I even pray for my boy Eric and his son and his relationship with his children, that it be restored. That's what you do when you're your friends, and that's your boy or that's your girl. That's your job. That's your job. That's your duty. That's what you do. Why are you calling them your friend if you don't pray for them? Shame on you. Shame on you. If that's your girlfriend, that's the love of your life, why don't you pray for them? Why you call them the love of your life if you don't have a hedge of protection on them? If you're going to love them, you better love their soul too. Don't love them with words. You better love them all the way. I'm just saying. different, right? But we live and we learn. And that's the only thing we can do. Is love on ours. Learn to love on ours. Love you first. Love God first. Love you more. And then love on ours. Protect ours. And learn how to protect ours. But be smart on how to protect ours. And protect ours right and whole. I believe that God's timing is always right. Always. I don't think in any single way, if I forced God's hand, that anything would work out the way I would want it to work out. I was never happy as much as I would think that I would be happy. I don't think I would make that person happy. I think I would make that person miserable, because then I would expect that person to make me happy. But then again, I wasn't happy within myself. I thought I was, but I wasn't. I'd expect happiness from that person, but then I would never get it because I wasn't happy within myself. But then how can you seek happiness within somebody when you don't even know that you're not happy within yourself? Then you're going to keep on searching. But then now that I know happiness within myself, I'm not going to expect it from that person. And if I'm happy within myself, and if that person isn't happy, and I know happiness, and he's not happy, I can tell. How? Because then I sense a burden. And if there's a burden, then I can fix it. How? Because if one is in the world and then the other one knows that secret place and is under the covering of God, then the one that's in the covering of God knows that if they do well in the presence of God, you don't worry about things. You pray about things. And the more prayers go up, the more blessings come down. Because that person knows. Because that person knows that when you dwell in the presence of God, God's grace covers everything. And that everything is perfect on God's timing. And instead of stressing about everything, you pray about everything. And everything that the devil thinks he's gonna do bad, God will use it for good. For example, now how my boyfriend thought that he was gonna hurt me by fooling around with this girl. Yeah? And then he turned around, and the girl that he left me for ended up having like 7 other boyfriends plus him. Right? How's that? So how he thought that he left me for her. How he thought that she was gonna be the one. She had 7 boyfriends plus him. That he was number 8. Bam. How special you feel now. See, while he was king to me, he was side bitch number 7 to her. You see what I mean? So in Psalms, when David was angry, and God said, I will make a place for you on a table in front of your enemies, so that your enemies will see you blessed. It's just like him. He thought he was going to make a fool out of me. Going out there, fooling around with all these girls while I was making him a home, taking care of his kid, telling everybody out there that he wasn't in love with me and that I was fooling around on him. I was being this big whore. And here I am, thinking I was being this perfect girlfriend. Only to find out this girl had 7 boyfriends plus him. See, God is working even though you think he's not. That's why I always told everybody, I was like, why did I get away with that? Because God is my vindicator. Because those who do well in that special place knows. So if you love the people that you love them the right way. You know this guy that I'm with, even though he knows, even though he's not of, he respects that I am. Even though that he's not of my religion, he knows that I am. And he says it too. He says, babe, that's not me, that's yours. That's you, babe. That's your kind of stuff. And I'm not going to force it on him. I'm not going to force it on him. But you know what I do? Whenever he does do his thing, and I don't judge him for the things that he does. But I do love him enough to be like this. Okay, babe. Just let me know that you're okay. Just let me know when you get home safely. And when he does do his thing, I always pray on him. I always pray on him. You bet your ass I do. You bet your sweet ass I do. You bet your sweet ass I do. You know why? Because that's your job. If you're gonna love somebody, you love them the right way. Even if you love them where they're at. Remember last week when I said about self-love and how it took me time to like I wasn't used to. I wasn't used to, like, it took me time to like realize, like, when God removed that veil from like all that toxicity and what I was used to, and I wasn't used to the way he was and his straightforwardness. I wasn't used to. I wasn't used to it. But I was used to this guy I knew since 4th grade, and what I was used to, and the sweet talking. But then this bastard was lying in the back of me. You know what I mean? And then find out that he was this lying, cheating. You know what I mean? I was used to that. You know, trusting. You know, I trusted him because I knew him since, you know. But I wasn't used to the blunt, you know, But then, after God lifted the veil, I went back and publicly, like in front of my family. My siblings are all on my business page, and the people that I see every day. The people that see me, who I am, the church people that see me grow up, and my professional people that see me, and about 3,000 people of my colleagues, and everybody that probably knew me since I was growing up as a little girl, or the people that knew my dad, my nannies, everybody on that page. And I kind of put it out there, and I kind of thanked him. This guy, the new guy. And I never did that for my son's dad. I thanked him for loving me in that darkness. And I never even put my son's dad in a place like that. And it was a big thing for me, you know. And I never told him. I never told him that. And but I just shared this podcast, and I hope he goes back and listens to this podcast. And it's a big thing, and it's a big step for me. And he didn't get it. And I told him, thank you for, and this is after I blocked him and unblocked him. And when I go and listen to my self-love podcast number 2. When I blocked him, before I went to go see the baby daddy and the veil thing unveiling. I went to go block him the night before, and God like put this big owie on my heart, and this is the confirmation, all right. And when I had to go block him, I was so mad at him because he was being such an a-hole, before that. And I went to go block him. God put like a big owie on me, and I told him, I was like, why is it so hard? I was like, why did it hurt to block you? And he said, I don't know. And I realized at that moment, like, it was so, I realized when I told him that, like with him, with Shine, I was always transparent. Every single time I had something to tell him about how I felt or what I thought, or if something happened, we were always transparent. I never hid anything from him. I was always honest with him. And I never hid anything from him, whether it be about my family, my past, how I hurt, how guys come at me, everything. At that moment, when I went to block him, when I was like supposedly done, God put this owie. And then I realized I never had that with somebody. The fact that I can be so transparent with him. And the fact that he was like, I don't know, but just talk to me, damn it. And he always was like that. It was always the fact that he found some sort of interest in trying to understand. And I think that's when God was trying to tell me, like, hello. You asked for it. Honesty, transparency. And then the next day, God opens the veil, right? Lifts the veil on this freaking, mystery of why I go and then the baby daddy, right? And I swear, I go and I'm not the same person. Like, honestly, like everything in my heart wanted to believe, like, okay, what's going on? God, what's going on? And as soon as he opens his mouth, like, like, as soon as this man opens his mouth that day, nothing but confusion. Like, everything that came out of this man's mouth as soon as he opened his mouth that day was just gibberish. I couldn't understand anything. And I literally stood there in confusion. Huh? Huh? You know, and he was like yelling. And he was at the bank. And he was yelling. Like, and he was like, why are you looking at me like that? And I looked at my son. And I was like, PJ. And PJ's like, Mom, are you okay? And everybody in the bank was looking at him. And I was looking at him. And I said, he's like, why are you looking at me like that? And now, mind you, I'm 5'7". This dude is like he's like about 6'1". I'm 5'7". He's 6'1". And right now I'm like 30 pounds lighter than I was. So he's like he's heavier than me now. So I'm like, PJ, why is he yelling? You need to tell your dad he needs to stop yelling. Everybody's looking at us in the bank. And he doesn't even have any hair, so he's looking crazy, you know? And he's like, are you talking to me like that? And I said, you're yelling, you know? And he says, I'm trying to explain to you what happened to the car. You asked me a question. I said, okay, so why are you yelling? He said, you asked me what happened to the car. I said, you're still yelling, you know? And I tried my best to really understand what this man was saying. But I swear on my son Paxton, everything that came out of his mouth was gibberish. Like, straight. I could not understand one word. And all I could remember, the scripture that came in my head was, God is not a God of confusion. And if gibberish comes out of a person's mouth, it's pretty much lies and deceit and everything of the devil. And that's all I could remember. That's the only scripture that came straight to my head. And as soon as this man bring out and this is what he says. So we get to the teller. And the only reason why we went to go meet him is because he said, oh, you guys should meet me. Because I want to spend time with you guys like old times to see what goes on. So we're like, oh, okay. So we get to the teller. Because I was sitting in the car. I said, okay, you and your son go in the car. I said, I'm going to wait in the car for you and your son. So I'm waiting in the car. He goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to wait in the car for you and PJ. He says, for what? I said, why in the hell you need him in the bank for? He goes, don't you want to stand in line with us? I said, that sounds ridiculous. Why am I going to stand in line with both of you? I have no reason to stand in line with both of you. I said, that sounds really inappropriate. He goes, really? And I said, yes. I said, we're not together, Preston. And he says, so you're going to make me stand in the line with our son by myself? I said, you're a grown man. And so he tells my son, tell your mom can stand in line with us. And so PJ goes, well, mom doesn't want to stand in the line, you know. And mom has a boyfriend. And so, of course, he's like, oh my God, you're so immature. He makes a big scene. So, of course, I'm like, oh my God, this dude has not changed. Like, he goes, you just asked me what happened to the car. You want me to explain it? So in the middle of the road, he stands in the middle of the road. And I said, Lord, please give me the patience. Like, this is really immature. So I go and we stand in the line, and then of course the gibberish starts, and he's yelling, And I'm like, okay. And we get to the teller, and he goes like this. Hey, did you bring your ID? Why do you need my ID? And I says, oh, because of this. And the teller goes, can I help you? The teller goes, I need your ID. And he looks straight at me, the teller. And I said, excuse me? Are you talking to me? And he says, yeah, Miss Moai. And I said, that's me. And I look at him and he goes, yeah, he needs your ID. I said, the fuck is going on? And PJ goes, Mom, he's talking to you. And so I'm looking at the teller. I'm looking at him. I look at my son. My son. Why is he talking to Mom? And he says, oh, remember the car? And I said, uh-huh. And I look at the check. And the check is dated a month ago. And it says, State Farm Insurance. Insurance claim. Look at this nigga. I look at the check. I look at this nigga. And I said, I didn't make an insurance claim. He said, that's what I was trying to tell you. And I said, okay. He said, yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. I told you this whole time. So I said, okay, here you go. I took the money. I gave this nigga $200. And I said, thank you. I walked out of the bank, took my son, and I said this. What were you trying to tell me? He said, that's what I was trying to tell you. I told you. The thing on the side of the car that you told me what happened to the car is I left the car at my friend's house and he was supposed to fix 2 pistons. And when I went over there, there was this thing on the side of the car and he didn't want to tell me. And that's why I had to use the company car. And then all of a sudden I was trying to tell him what happened to the car and he didn't want to give me a name. And then I had to use the company van. And then all of a sudden, and then this is all I heard. Blah, 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 blah. And then I never even have any. And I knew he was going to tell. Blah, 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 blah. I said, wait, motherfucker. I thought this whole time that you wanted to look for me and my son because you wanted to give me money to help your son. He says, yeah. I wanted to. I said, your mom blasted me on Facebook talking about I'm hiding your son from you. And you wanted to help support your son. He goes, yeah. This check says Lori Lynn Moai. He goes, yeah, but I paid a cost. I said, this check says Lori Lynn Moai. How the fuck does it say Preston when this fucking check says Lori Lynn Moai? And do you know why it says Lori Lynn Moai? Because your fucking ass don't have a driver's license. And your fucking ass don't have insurance. And your fucking ass don't have insurance, and the insurance has been under me. That means you haven't even changed the insurance. So the check and the money he supposedly wanted to give me was my money any fucking way. My son's face was like, oh my God, Dad, really? That's the first thing came out of PJ's mouth. Was really, Dad? Really, Dad? Shine was right. That's the first thing that came out of Bug's mouth. Shine was right, Dad. You're not even a dad. My fucking face. All I could think about was like, oh my God. You're such a fucking dick, bro. And he goes, what? Completely oblivious. I said, dude, you had us waking up in the morning, my son excited, thinking, you know what? Maybe God gonna bring Daddy home. I said, Bug, you can't get your hopes up. You want to hope for the best, but you can't get your hopes up. I said, because if he wanted to be here, he would have been here. But then you know what? Money is not the root of all evil. You know what is? Dumbasses behind the fucking money like this dumbass. I signed the check. I gave him the check. I said, you know what? I wipe my ass with this kind of fucking money. You can have it. Get the fuck out of here. I said, thank you for the wake-up call. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know if you guys heard my podcasts like that, because you know what? Like I said, money ain't shit to me. It's the time and the people I spend my time with. I burn stacks on people because I don't give a shit about money. It's the time I spend with the people that I love that means the most to me. What meant the most to that dumb fuck was the money. It didn't matter the fact that this kid was waiting with anticipation to spend time with him. It didn't matter. It didn't matter that that kid was waiting in the parking lot for 2 hours while he was sleeping comfortably in his bed and woke up at 10 o'clock and me and that kid was waiting in the parking lot since 6. I had to feed my son. My son was like, Mom, I'm hungry. This fucker came at 10 o'clock. By the time I was like, fuck this nigga. Call this nigga, tell him we're leaving already. I fed my son. He come in the parking lot. Oh, how long is this waiting here? I said, we're leaving. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, sorry. Just to feed me that line of bullshit. And I gave him the money. He said, here you go, here. I goes, what is this for? He goes, oh, for you. I said, I don't need your money. He goes, no. I said, no, for real. I'll give you that for stay the fuck out of my son's life. He goes, you paying me for stay out of my son's life? No, I'm paying you for stay the fuck out of your son's life, because the next guy gonna be in my son's life gonna bust your ass. That's one warning. I promise you. And slowly but surely, Bug is like, Mom, Dad is not Well, Daddy's crazy, Mom. The repercussion of everything comes to light. Whether you want to cover it, whether you want to do whatever you like, his demise is the fact that he thinks that Bug is going to not remember this. His demise is the fact that he thinks that he has time. His demise is the fact that he thinks that buying Bug things, Bug's gonna forget. His face when Bug says, "Oh, Dad, Shine was right." You know what the funny part is? Shine's not even here. Bug hasn't even met Shine. But the fact that Shine takes the time to talk to Bug, explains things, invests his time into him, listens. Stops what he's doing. Little things like that. Don't take much. Bug remembers little things like that. Bug mimics little things. The Bible says, teach the kids in a way to go and they will never forget. Bug starts mimicking little things. He starts to remember things. He starts dressing some certain way. It's crazy. He's like a little sponge of both, you know? Little by little. He starts remembering more of some, less of some. He's growing. He starts getting his own way. And then that day happened. And then he's like, let me take you guys out to lunch. Of course, with my money. Of course. Of course. Who else's money? The fact that this man can sit there and feel comfortable, you know, sitting on a check for a whole month, desperately seeking, and then saying he's going to give me money, my own money. Fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. You the fucking man. And then go around and say he's your own man, knowing that another fucking lady went build you. You know what I mean? And the other day, and Bug got in trouble at his parent-teacher conference. And I told PJ, you gotta learn responsibility. So his dad called. How was your day? PJ goes, good. Oh, yeah. I had a parent-teacher conference. How did that go? PJ goes, good. I said, hey, stop lying to your dad. Tell your dad the truth. Do you know what his dad did? His dad did this. Oh, shit. And he's on speaker now. He's like, and I said, PJ, tell your dad the truth. And his dad goes like this, because his dad has his girlfriend right next to him, right? And, you know, he's trying to be the man in front of his girlfriend, right? So he's like, oh, shit. And then PJ goes, oh, Dad. And then I can hear the dad goes, oh, man, her mouth. And I can hear the dad, like, loud and fucking clear, right? Oh, man. And then he goes, you know what, son? It's okay. It's okay. He goes, you know, if you're having a bad day, it's okay. You can tell Daddy. And so PJ goes, Dad, I got in trouble. And I said, PJ, remember what Mom said about responsibility? Even if you're wrong, you hold yourself accountable because that's what you do. When you hold yourself accountable, you be responsible. Either if you're wrong or right, you hold yourself accountable. That's the responsible thing to do. And he goes like this, you know what, PJ, it's okay. Just tell Daddy what you did wrong. And he goes like this, Dad, so I wasn't listening to my teacher and I never do my work. And so I was telling the teacher I never like do them. And he goes, so you got lazy. It's okay. It's okay if you never like do them. And I was sitting there, I was like, oh, hell no. I said, PJ, it is not okay that you're lazy because Mommy didn't send you to school to get lazy. Because if you're lazy, then you get what you get when you see your dad. You see your dad? That's lazy. And then he goes, who your mother talking to? And I said, lazy is what you get when you get your dad. I said, scared bitches who don't take responsibility is what you get when you get your dad. They fucking run when shit get rough. Little bitches like your dad run when they don't like do responsible stuff. And he was like, who your mother talking to? And he goes, you? And he goes, you know what? You tell me when you get time so I can pick you up and spend time with you. I said, no. PJ, tell your dad you just got in trouble and you ain't going nowhere. And he goes, tell your mother I can pick you up whenever I like. And I'm like, tell your father you ain't going anywhere. You just got in trouble and you're being responsible. This nigga. So I told this motherfucker, try me. So my son got off the phone and I texted this guy and I said, Preston, I never questioned your authority. I get it. You're his dad. You're his sperm donor. I get it. But don't question my authority in front of my son. As a person, as a God-fearing person, I try not to allow somebody to get me in my flesh. Because it gives PJ a bad example. It's not about him, it's about my son and the example I'm trying to prove to my son. And this whole new way of life I'm trying to present to my son and how I appreciate the people that I love and the new way I want to be in my life with my son and the people that I love, excluding the person that we just talked about. It's not about him. It's about the people that I love and the way that I appreciate the people that I love. So like I told Preston, that I expect him, when it comes to my son, to act accordingly. Because when it comes to boundaries, he should have some. Because with the new person in my life, he's going to learn some. And when it comes to his girlfriend, she's not going to have a say in my son's life. And the only reason why he's going to have a say in my son's life is because he is the sperm donor. And that's it. But there's going to come a time in PJ's life when PJ's not going to need him. PJ's not going to want to have anything to do with him. But until that day comes, he's going to have boundaries. And when that day does come, when that new person is full-time in PJ's life, PJ's not going to want him in his life. And until that day, and only God can tell. And it's coming soon, you can see. PJ doesn't even call him on the weekends. Like no. PJ. Every time I'm like, PJ, what do you think? Nothing. He even tries to tell PJ how to punch. She's like, oh. What did your dad tell you? Mom, Dad just tried to tell me how to stance, but Shine just told me not to do it like that. He just rolled his eyes. Same thing. Yeah, me. Difference. A kid knows who speaks life into him, and a kid knows who just passes through. There's a difference between love and a person who just passes through. Investment and a person who just comes, who's just passing through. Or who's just doing it out of guilt. And a person who's genuine. A kid knows. That's why I said, if you're going to love somebody, do it the right way. If you say you love somebody, do it the right way. Like I said, he knows, like, for me, he knows my religion is not his. I know my religion is not his. I know his lifestyle is not my lifestyle. But when he goes and does his, I let him go do his. I have no choice that he does his. What I do have control of is my lifestyle. All I can do is, okay, babe, be safe. But what I do is do what I do best. Pray over him. Hell yeah, I pray over him. Hell yeah. Because that's what I do best. Because if I love him, I'll make sure I got him in that way too. Because I'm not just going to love him by my mouth, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to love his soul too. I got him that way too. There's a difference. There's a covering there. I can't be there in person. So if you love somebody, love them in that aspect as well. And I think that's the difference this time around, you know. And I think after everything and that unveiling, it made me appreciate not just my boys, and it made me appreciate me. After that lifting and knowing that there was no, after looking at that, and then how God just opened my eyes, and that all the chains and all those years of thinking, hey, what the hell? And opening my heart, and realizing that all these years, thinking that there was even 1 ounce of, nope. And I thought I knew this nigga. Nope. Hell no. I didn't know shit. I thought I did, but I didn't. And I went on that page, like I told you guys. On that page, my Legions page, there is people on that page. Some of my nannies, people that saw me grow up, people that knew my dad, people that changed my diapers, some of my colleagues from jobs that I had before, some people from my federal job, that's 3,000 people on that page. And just my family from all sides, and I just found it just. Even my in-laws, even from his family, are on that page, and I just found it just to just. And he didn't even know what the hell was going on. Even my siblings are on there. Even my nieces from my oldest half-brother are on there. And I just found it just to go on there that morning. And that was the morning after. Remember I told you guys that I went to go block him and all of that. And it was the morning after. And I felt so free after. And I just said, thank you for loving me in that darkness. Because honestly, I didn't even know that I was, And it felt so freeing to know. And I even thank God, for the first time in my life, I actually felt happy. I felt how it felt to have my heart smile. It felt really happy. My heart felt happy for the first time in my life. I knew how it felt to have my heart smile. And I never felt that in my life. Ever. With all the shit that I went through in my life. Not even the birth of my son. With all the shit I went through so much shit. I finally felt how it felt to have my heart smile. And it was on that day. And I went on that page and I told him thank you. I didn't care who the fuck would tell me anything. For the first time in my life, I didn't give a fuck what my siblings would say. Who the fuck would say anything. And I went in the inbox and I said, babe, I said, that kind of felt really fucking good. And he didn't even understand shit. He said, what was that? I said, that kind of felt really good. Because I've always done for everybody else. Always. I've always had that heart of servanthood. Always. My whole life. I've always had that heart of servanthood. But for the first time, it felt really good. And so, I even said it, and his mom's on that page, so I didn't give 2 fucks either. When I told him, thank you for loving me in my darkness. Because while everybody thought I was happy, I wasn't. I wasn't. So, self-love starts from that. So go back into the thing and copy the steps of self-love, people. And in today's segment about the harvest and about its time, you don't always have to keep on. It's about loving people at where they're at. I'm slowly learning, I'm still not the time. But I think I'm at that place. Like I told him, I think I told him like last night. I still have a lot more to go. I told him, thank you for being patient though with me. But I think the day after that, I told him like, I love you more, but I need to love you more. But I also see, and I know that I want the future too. And I know where I'm at right now. I know he has his. And the greatest thing is, like I said, he has his life. And he knows that my life is the way it is. And that my relationship with God is my relationship with God. And he knows that it's mine. And he knows that it's not that his life is not that. And the cutest thing is when he's like, babe, that's not mine. That's you. And his lifestyle is his. And when he does his thing, I know it's not of me. Oh, and trust me, we have 2 completely different lifestyles. But I'm not going to judge him. But I don't love him any less. I don't agree with his lifestyle. But then again, I don't love him any less. Again, that's where you kind of get the whole medium thing about loving them where they're at. So if you're going to love somebody, You love them at where they're at. I think it makes you love them more. And I think it made me appreciate him more. The absence, when you had to sort things out. I even told him to. Like, you remember that part when I told you, like, I had to block him? Like, we went through that whole stage of, and you know what? Oh my God, I gotta tell him after that. After this, I'll tell him something. Anyway, so, I might still tell him on here so we don't get in trouble. So, the other night, I was gonna, let me tell you guys something about my babe, though. My babe's kind of crazy. Like, crazy. Like, he looks cool, calm, and collective, but he's not cool, calm, and collective. And this is one thing about me that I realized the other night. The other night I realized how much I miss him. We were live the other night, and me and my sister, we were live the other night, and so I went, and I think, so I was waiting for my nephews. I was waiting for my nephews to come home from their, they went out with my sister's in-laws, and my sister asked me to wait up for them. So I was bored, and I was reading this book on Dr. Sebi's days in the jungle of Varana, and his study on the alkaline diets, and I ended up going on live, right, for a couple minutes, I think an hour or so, and I was just hanging out and eating popcorn because I was falling asleep, and so I was kind of hoping that he'll jump on, because he usually would at that late. And so I left a message on his messenger, but he didn't jump on. Anyway, so and so I was just eating popcorn, waiting for my nephew to and I was just missing him. And so I was just eating popcorn, and so this guy comes on. And this guy, he goes, emotion. And I go, hey, Skrilla. He goes, emotion. I say, hey, Skrilla. What's up, Skrilla? And he's acting all cheeky, right? I say, hey, Skrilla. I said, what's up, Skrilla? And he goes, hey, emotion. I said, what's going on, Skrilla? I said, Skrilla, you're going to get in trouble, Skrilla. And he goes, I don't give a fuck if I get in trouble. I said, oh, Skrilla, you brave, huh, Skrilla? And he goes, I don't give a fuck who the fuck I get in trouble. And I said, oh, damn. And he acting all silly. I said, Skrilla, don't fucking be coming over here like that. And the thing that got to me is this. And I'm going to tell you guys this. I don't think you guys understand something about me. I will always be this girl. I don't give a fuck how you guys see me now. I will always be this girl. Alright? I will always be that tomboy in my basketball shorts with my 2 braided French braid in my hoodie, hanging out on the couch watching Sports Center with my brothers. I will always be that girl. And if you did not see me at my worst, you will never fucking see me at my best. And what disgusted me about that night, when that Skrilla, and babe, I know you're listening, don't get mad. When Skrilla came into that broadcast, was the fact that he had the audacity to do that and say the things that he said when he did that. Knowing that my boyfriend wasn't there. And that's one thing about me. If you didn't know me at my worst, you will never see me at my best. I don't give a fuck who you. And for that, I will never see you at that. You will always be that scrawny ass rat looking motherfucker. That's just how I see you. My loyalty is to the people that saw me the same way they saw me then. I'm that breed. That's crazy how people switch up like that though. Anyways. Again, thank you for tuning in, you guys. So, Eric tells me that our social media and our platform has spread. So, iHeartRadio has expanded us and Sirius Radio has expanded us. Thank you guys for adding us some more. And there's some more listeners, more Broaden Horizon, Facebook. And we have some more radio stations that are playing us worldwide. Thank you, iHeartRadio, Lazy 107. And I appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for the Humble Ambition t-shirts, though, on the Humble Ambition Facebook page. And Humble Ambition is going to be a whole nother platform for women. So stay tuned for that, for women. And Eric Loco is going to be up in the next half an hour. So, babe, I appreciate you. I love my 2 boys, and I appreciate my 2 boys. Thank you guys so much for everything and tuning in. I am taking down my Instagram page because I am gonna do my YouTube channel, and that's pretty much gonna be a membership for women only. The Facebook page as well, because I want to cater to a whole network of women empowerment. My channel and my Facebook page is going to be women empowerment only. So it's going to be a women only and a women members only pages. Because the fact that I'm not going to try to even do this whole fucking competition thing, where men feel that, you know, and because I respect my man, and and you know, yeah, there shouldn't even be that kind of thing. And because women shouldn't be competing with other women, and because another woman's husband shouldn't be another woman's soulmate, that kind of thing. I think the women empowerment thing, my pages should be only women. Yeah. So I'm taking down my Humble Ambitions Instagram page, and my YouTube channel is going to be women's only members. My Facebook page also as well. What else? Yep, that's it. I'm going to go for that. I know Eric kind of wanted me to do the whole men's thing because he says it's going to be more, the whole sexist thing, but I think it's not befitting for me to be a God-fearing woman and then use that aspect as well, because I don't think it's going to be like respectful for me to do that when when I love my boyfriend. That avenue right there is kind of iffy. If I respect my boyfriend and the level that, yeah, that's not the avenue that I want to take. So, stay tuned for that. And I believe that if I stay in that route, and that God's gonna bless my my journey, and bless Humble Ambition, as well as my relationship, and my family as well. And I should stay in the straight and narrow. I believe that. And, to each his own. Right? Bless is the straight and narrow. So I believe that. And I should lead by example. So I want to thank you guys again for blessing me with this platform and taking the time out of your day to bless me with your time. And I am always honored and blessed that you take the opportunity to spend your afternoon with me again. Self-love means to take the time for yourself. Go into your closet and social media or anything, and clean out anything that has no significance towards you, or anything that just holds you back, and just get rid of it. Accept the things that you lost and move on. And then every day, Get up. Be appreciative of the things that you have. Embrace your day. Give God thanks. Love on the people that you love. Love them where they're at. And always plan for the next day. Do something for yourself. Read a book. Exercise. Get your nails done. Get your hair did. Do something for yourself that feels good. And little by little, you're going to start seeing the difference. You're going to start glowing from the inside out. You're going to start radiating love from within. Find peace of mind. Find a new diet. Like, eat healthy. You can even start doing a cleanse. If you're going to start doing a cleanse, do a healthy cleanse. If you're going to start eating healthy, eat healthy. But in all of it, stick to it. And don't do it for anybody else. Do it for you. Because if you're going to do it for somebody else, then you're going to start looking for confirmation from somebody. Then you're going to start looking for, like, you're going to need some sort of, like, you're going to need that person to like, give you affirmation when you shouldn't need affirmation from anybody else but yourself. And then that takes you right back to needing somebody. And you shouldn't. Because nobody's going to push you through anything but you. And like I said, life has been too hard. This world is too hard on you. You're too hard on you. And if you're too hard on you and this world is too hard on you, you need to stop and you start loving on yourself. You've been through enough. Start loving on yourself. Wake the fuck up. Be gentle. Be gentle to yourself. Love on yourself. Take the time. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay. But love on you. Appreciate you. So that way, when you wake up in the fucking morning and you get ready, open your eyes and realize without you, your son can't go throughout the day realizing that he has a fucking awesome ass mom. Your sister can't go on with her business. Your brother, your baby brother, can't go on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta realize that your little world, somehow, some way, revolves with you in it. And that little part you play. It revolves because you're in it. So, love on yourself. It may be stressful at times, but without you in it, it wouldn't operate the way it does. So, Shout out to Spotify, iHeartRadio 98.5, 107, Blazing 107, and all of you guys add us on social media outlets. And stay tuned for all the new things that we have. Don't forget to add SLGL Gear as well. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Like I said, love the people that love on you the most. Love them no matter where they're at. Even if they're at two different parts, you guys are two different people. The reason why you guys are two different people, and the reason why that you guys are two different levels is because God is in the business of bringing two people together. The devil is in the business of keeping people apart. God is in the business of bringing two people together. So, figure it out. Alright? God's way is to bring people together. God said to live in harmony, be fruitful. So when you feel like being isolated, don't. The devil is a liar. Remember that. So, aloha, you guys. I love you guys, and I appreciate you. But I love you the most, babe. Thank you, guys.